I just feel like I'm living in a little cave of sad. One thing you should know about me is that my partner is effectively a minimalist. He owns nothing and he would love for me to get rid of everything, so he won't mind him sitting here talking to myself getting rid of stuff. In fact, he's actually probably jumping for joy next door. So I need to just keep going. This is so stressful. This should not be this stressful, honestly. It's like the sunk cost fallacy, right? Like, I've bought stuff and this stuff in theory should be useful, so I don't want to get rid of it, but like, it's not serving me any purpose. And a lot of it probably wouldn't serve anybody any purpose. Because of course, Kirby's and hair ties. Because of course I'm a woman. This is a rogue business card for an art gallery in Amsterdam that I really liked. And I really want to make like a big collection of all of stuff from my travels, so I am going to keep it. But I'm only going to keep stuff until like the end of this, and if I don't make the big frame, it has to go. I hate hoarding paper. I know I'm really bad for hoarding paper.
Hello?
Hello?
Making videos?
I'm decluttering and talking to myself. Is that allowed?
Of course.
The decluttering actually happens. Does it matter how I do it?
No, of course not.
No.
Do you want a jelly baby?
Do I want a jelly baby? Is that like a reward for getting rid of stuff? I haven't got rid of very much, so you probably shouldn't reward me. For someone who travels fairly regularly, you'd be impressed how often I lose this. So we're going to put it in a drawer, and then I'll find it a better home. I always find it really hard with things that are in theory useful. So this glasses case, useful. I'm specky. I wear specs every day. I wear sunglasses a lot of the time. I swap between the two a lot of the time. I wear a different pair of glasses to play racket sports. So I want to keep all of these, but I also know I have like 20 of them. But where are they? I don't know. And so when I'm cleaning, I don't feel like I can get rid of it. But I know there's loads in my house, and I probably just need to be a bit better organised. It's weird, I just feel like I find the wee things like this really stressful, because it just like demonstrates how unorganised I am. I keep stuff like this to entertain myself when I'm at work, when I probably should just focus. But I like having a distraction. Like, it's not hard to be distracted when you're living in a pit of filth. So maybe this can go in the drawer. We'll decide where. I feel like I'm not doing a very good job of cleaning. I'm just throwing stuff into drawers, and then I'm going to have to deal with it later. This isn't a good system. I need like a Marie Kondo or like a Swedish death clean thing. Nobody wants any of this when I die. If I die tomorrow, my boyfriend would be raging. He'd be raging at how much stuff I had, honestly. Okay. I also have this nail polish, which is on my nails, which I do really like. I have decluttered my nail polishes quite recently. This is called Catch Me If You Clam by Sally Hansen in the Insta Dry. It's colour 350, which I really like. It's kind of reddy orange, but it's not too obnoxious. I feel like I can't have really obnoxious nail colours for work. Like, I'm trying to pretend to be like somewhat professional at 33 years of age, so this is a nice colour if you're looking for something a bit summery but not too summery. She says in August in Scotland, so it's not really summer anymore, but hey ho. I have two books sitting on my desk, don't know why. I think I was going to take this one on holiday, and I actually took this one on holiday. Look at this book. It's really small. My hand for comparison. It's called The Tatami Galaxy by Tomihiko Morimi. Nomad Editions. Really like it. It's really small. I don't know why it gives the vibe that it would have illustrations and it doesn't. What's it about? From the 4.5 mat tatami floor of his dorm room, our protagonist, an unnamed and unhappy junior at a prestigious university in Kyoto, is plunged into a series of adventures that will take him to 4 parallel universes and each university is given the opportunity to start over as a freshman in search of a rose-coloured campus life. The inspiration behind the much-loved anime series, Tomihiko Morimi's contemporary classic, is a fantastic journey through time and space, where a half-eaten castella cake, a photograph from Rome, and a giant cavity in a wisdom tooth hold the keys to self-discovery. A time-travelling romp that speaks to everyone who's wondered what if the Tatami Galaxy will win readers' hearts over and over and over again. I do remember where I bought this. I bought this in the British Library last time I was in London. So yeah, I will keep this, but I will take it downstairs where the rest of my books are. My books are a whole other issue. I have so many books and I do such a bad job at decluttering them. But I haven't started, so this can go. This one, A Very Short History of the Carnation Revolution by Luis Nuno Rodriguez, by Tinta in China is the imprint. I bought this in a really lovely bookshop in Lisbon. It is the oldest continually functioning bookshop in the world. It's called Bertrand. It's gorgeous. I've been to Lisbon twice in the last year. Both times I went here, they will stamp the book, and you can get the stamp in Portuguese or English, and effectively it says this book was bought in the oldest functional bookshop in the world or something like that. Yeah, really exciting. But I have only read 132 pages. To be fair, it's not actually that long. It's 220 pages. So if I actually just sat down and read it, I would get it done in like a night or so. But I just haven't done that. I started reading it on the plane home from Lisbon, made really good progress, and haven't really picked it up. I didn't know a lot about the Carnation Revolution, Portugal's Carnation Revolution, set in motion by the military coup of 25th of April 1974, is one of the most eye-catching moments in contemporary European history. In just a few hours, a military movement initially formed to address the grievances of the officer class, and in response to the colonial war ended up overthrowing Eastern Europe's longest-lasting authoritarian regime of the 20th century, and paved the way for an intense and complex process of transition to democracy. I had never heard of it, I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't know a huge amount about Portugal before I went. I'd never been before this year, but I had a really nice opportunity to go do coaching down on the coast at Rocha Brava at the start of the year, and then I've been playing in a pickleball league in Lisbon. I've played 2 out of the 3 fixtures, so it's been really nice to go and get to go back again and again to kind of find new places. When I go to places abroad, I always try and buy a book from the place that I'm visiting, but the problem is then I get attached to them because they remind me of the trip and I feel like I shouldn't get rid of it. But this book is interesting, it's taught me something new, but I probably will never read it again. I should probably just get rid of it, like sell it or donate it. But because it has that nice stamp, because it reminds me of Lisbon, which was really nice, I'll find that hard to do. But I will keep this out. I'll take it probably into bed and try to finish it, maybe in bed tonight. Been using this really nice notebook for work. I have a really bad habit of buying really nice stationery, really nice notebooks I like, and then I go, oh, that's too nice to use it. Again, you'll see how I end up with like 40 notebooks and I'm still buying more. So I just use this one for work. I'm about halfway through. The thing with notebooks for work, I typically destroy them like maybe a couple of months after I finish them. Like I take all the information I need out of them, I scan anything I need, and then I just shred them. And I feel really sad shredding nice ones, but their purpose is to be used. And I could keep all my notebooks from work, and I used to do that, but I end up with so many. Like I really do take a lot of notes when I go paper-based at work. And it's just not feasible, nor do I actually really want any of the contents, but it's like I don't want to destroy the thing that I've enjoyed. And so yeah, I find that really, really hard. When you work from home, you end up with like work equipment that lives in your personal space, and I find that really hard. Like this monitor. I set this monitor up because I use my laptop, which is down here. At one point I did have out like my laptop, the big screen, keyboard, mouse. I still have the mouse here. But it was like I was telling myself I was going to like sort everything away at the end of every night, and I just didn't do it. But then I get really annoyed because like I feel like work impedes my personal space. But this screen I don't use for anything else because I have you can probably see I've got an iMac here. So I use the iMac when I'm sitting at this desk and I want to do personal things. When I'm working, I use this screen and this laptop. Originally I had this screen over there, on top of my DVD player, but then I just didn't use it and I didn't move it every day because I needed to plug it in. I don't know, I probably need a better setup, but I really hate that feeling of like work always being in my personal space. Like I don't mind work, but I like to be able to like switch off and not think about it at night or at weekends and stuff, you know. So yeah, I think the like clutter, I don't know if it's causing it or it's like a symptom of the burnout, but it's probably not helping. But that's okay. We're gonna do something about it. And it's alright to not be alright. Thankfully I have very good people in my life who always let me know that it's okay to not be okay. And you're never letting people down for not being okay. Shout out to the pals who've been there, because you're the real MVPs. I'm very grateful for all of them. So yeah, I really like this case. Totally, honestly, tangent. I really like this case. This is the Marc Jacobs, the Marc by Marc Jacobs Standard Supply like pouch. These are really old. I've had a few of these over the years, but I really like them. I just like the shape of them. They're quite square. They hold quite a lot. They packed like a sensible size and shape for carting about. So these are nice. I don't know where I'll keep this, because to be honest, it gets flung in pickleball bags most of the time. Or it lives here. Like I use it here quite a lot. Maybe space for it to live in one of these drawers. Oh, another post-it. They're everywhere. And I love post-its, honestly, I love them. This wall behind me, currently my wall of junk, used to just be like brown paper and post-its. And I loved it, but it became quite overwhelming because a lot of the time they were work related. So I was always surrounded by stuff that was to do with work, even when it wasn't. And I would just look at them and think about them on my days off, which nobody needs. So if you have your work stuff around you, maybe don't. Maybe don't. I think I have this really big struggle because working from home is great, but work then seeps into every area of my life, including like my home environment. And I find it hard to sort between the two because I have like notebooks everywhere from work. I have post-its all over the wall from work. You can't see it, but there's like a cupboard here full of binders and paperwork from work that honestly I very rarely go into. I probably don't need any of it. And I probably need to just do a bit of a better job of separating the two. Yeah. Because I do a lot of stuff at this desk that's not work related. So I edit a lot of my videos on my iMac. I do a lot of research on my iMac. I sit here for a lot of time. Sometimes I just sit in this room and read, but it's become permeated with work and it's just not a very fun place. And I think the space has tried to do too much. So it's my workspace, it's my creative space, it's my like personal dumping ground, because I can shut the door, my partner won't come in here. But it's just got too much. So yeah. I mean, we've done a good job. We've let me see show you. Like the desk is way better. Look, like we can see all the desks. So I am absolutely not mad at that. I think it's been a very good go for a first attempt. I don't want to sit here and do too much because I think I'll just completely overwhelm myself. So I think I'm going to call it there. And yeah, I'll come back the next time I feel like sharing an episode of cleaning my sad pit on the internet.